Hi, Mrs. Ramirez here. We are working Module 2, Lesson 6. We're working continuing the 5 steps of creating division stories. So today we're working on partitive division, which means we are breaking into parts. So today, classwork, our example 1, we're dividing 50, and remember, broken into groups of 50, broken into groups of 2/3. We could make it on this one, 50 is 2/3 group of what size? Okay, so when we're looking, it's the unit that we were working with a couple lessons back, 2/3, giving us the 2/3. 50 is 2/3 group of what size? That would be our interpretation. Oh, it probably should have gone there. And our model, when this works, we can make a tape diagram really well, because 50 is 2/3 group of what size? We're looking for what is the 3/3, the whole group. So, like we were saying, tape diagram works really well in this situation. So we're making a tape diagram. 50 is 2/3 groups of what size? Question mark. So I'm going to break the entire thing thirds. So the entire tape diagram, I need thirds. So 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. That is my entire. So that tells us, when I interpret it in this way, it's saying 50 equals 2/3 of something. So therefore, I am looking for what the something is. And continue with my tape diagram. 50 is 2/3, whoops. And I'm going to color in my 2/3. I don't have my 3/3, but here's my 2/3. Color it in. And 50 is 2/3 of what size? So therefore, if I take my 50 and it's 2 of the 3, I need to find out what's the number that goes inside of both parts. Well, 50 divided by 2 is 25. That continues 50 equaling the 2/3. Therefore, if it's all equal value, then I've got another 25. So it seems like then that means the 3/3 would be 75. So looking at the diagram, let's see if it works. Our one unit of 1/3 is 25. Our second unit of 1/3, which is 2/3, is 50, and our third unit of 3/3 would be 75. So, okay, let's do copy.flip to check it. 50 divided by 2/3. 50 is 2/3 group of what size? So if I do same 50 over 1, first opposite, divide to multiply. Second opposite, my reciprocal, 2/3 becomes 3/2. There's my reciprocal. And now I multiply straight across. 50 groups of 3. 50 times 3. I could do, I know 5 times 3 is 15. I took off the 0. I can put my 0 back on. 3 groups of 50 is 150. Yep, that makes sense. 1 times 2, one group of 2 is 2. Therefore, I have 150 halves. I need to make it back into a whole number, since looks like I can divide by a giant one of 2. Divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 150 divided by 2 is 75. 75 over 1 equals 75 wholes. Therefore, my diagram works with my algorithm. So, find the answer. There's my answer. And then, since we're writing story problems, choose a unit. What kind do I make for this story problem? For today's story problem, for example 1, we're going to make dollars. Okay, that takes us to the back, so flip. Step 5, that went all the way 1 through 5, or 4. Step 5, set up a situation based on the model. So, therefore, if I have $50, I could make my word problem, I have $50 and want to buy headphones. Okay, that is 2/3 of what I need to buy them. How much do I need? Okay, so because we looked at the partitive division, we made the 50 that's equal to the 2/3. So 50 broken into groups of 2/3, a little different way to interpret it, but 50 becoming the 2/3, we're looking for 3/3. That gives me my enough to buy these headphones. So what you're doing is using the same problem with dollars again, but your situation needs to be a little different. Then, continuing in example 2, you're going to make an entirely different situation. So, happy learning!